Hello, this is a showcase of my newest and most likely unique PvE build that I have made. First of all, I should explain how this build works, especially the weapon choice for this build. The weapon of choice is the alloyed Markor's Inheritor because of its weapon talent, Blade Scholar. Blade Scholar makes it so that if you land the fist critical with the Markor's Inheritor, you switch your stance to the fist style that you currently have equipped while retaining the same swing speed as your greatsword. This may seem useless, but there's a twist, where your swing speed increases as your intelligence does, increasing the swing speed to 1.05x at 100 intelligence, compared to the base swing speed of 0.85x at 0 intelligence. Furthermore, using a fist style also grants you an extra buff, where each fist talent grants extra damage in PvE, so switching to your fist style will always grant a buff if you have any fist talents. The fist style I use is the Imperium Kata, due to its critical being quick and the Legion Centurion outfit granting 4% extra damage on your M1s and criticals. Next, the Oath. I decided to use Blight because the stats of the build allowed for it, and any Oath will work on the build. It was also my first time using the Oath, which is probably why I enjoyed the build so much. The mantras are decent, but in PvE, just using M1s are a better option. Another reason I decided to use Blade Searcher is because it grants increased combat capabilities if you do get attacked. In fact, I was voidwalked while writing this very script, and was able to win due to my damage and inconsistent swing speed. Next, the stats of the build. I spent a decently long time figuring out the stats for this build and came up with this. 80 Strength Pre-Shrine allows for Berserk to give all M1s true damage, and 60 Thundercall has the requirements for all Search Path talents that are needed. After using the Shrine of Order, getting to 25 Agility and 40 Thundercall allows for Blight Searcher. However, this isn't required if you're using a different Oath. I also put in 5 Willpower for Carnivore. However, if you don't run Carnivore, and if you're using the Blight Searcher version, you can put the remaining 10 points into Fortitude so you can use the Legion Centurion outfit for 4% extra damage on M1s. If you do go Carnivore, put the remaining points into Thundercall like I did. Lastly, 100 points are put into Heavy Weapon for damage, and Intelligence for the talents it gives, and also because it increases the swing speed of your fist after landing the Markor's Inheritor critical. Having over 80 Intelligence also allows you to get level 5 Prediction and Neural Pathway. Lastly, let's get into the damage numbers. The numbers may be different from yours if you make the build, because I'm using Astral and you may not have access to that. The base damage of the Markor's Inheritor is 590, and the Cestus does around 616 damage. Now, with maximum Chain of Perfection stacks, the Markor's Inheritor does 1,181 damage, and the Cestus does about 1,323 damage. After using Electrify and Berserk, the Markor's Inheritor does 1,273 true damage, and the Cestus does 1,411 true damage. Most of the time, you'll be using the Cestus, but the Markor's Inheritor still puts in some good numbers, albeit with a lower swing speed.